Hey YouTube family, don't forget about World Flipper coming out on September 10th. If you don't know about re-rolling, if you don't know about what characters to go for, I have some information. I'll bring that to you here in this video. Enjoy. Where's my coffee? How are you doing, YouTube family? Are you guys getting ready for flipping some flippers and rolling some balls around and smashing some units around that are technically balls? And I you know what? I'm actually really excited for this. This is a different style of gacha than I'm used to. Pinball is great. It's a fun game. We do not have to worry about the pre-registration reward goals, but we still should be sharing that link. We still should be going onto their socials. Now is the time more than ever to be making sure that your friends and family are registered so that they don't miss out on those rewards. Once the game drops, they don't give you a second chance to pre-register, right? So get in there now. And like I was mentioning in the intro, if you're not sure how to re-roll, so what you do is you start up your game, you go through all the you know, the classes, startups, learning how to play the game. I believe there is an option to skip it, but please do not quote me. Just be prepared to have to go through a tutorial, then collect your mail and your pre-registration rewards, and then proceed to your gacha, your pull, looking for those units. Now, the units, how they work is that you have 3 main balls, then you have your 3 sub balls. Your sub balls are very important. There's 6 balls at a party. Your subs are going to bring you your buffs and your stat boosts and things like that. So they are important. I mean, the more 5-star characters that you can get, the better off you're going to be. You're going to want to aim with a reroll. At the very least, if you're tired of rerolling, settle for your best 1 5-star, which is going to be your SS or your S plus tier. But if you can get 2 S plus or 2 SS, something like that, 2 really strong 5-star characters, then that is a keeper. You want to keep that account. You want to bind it to an email. Now, the process of doing the reroll is just very simple. Delete your process after the roll. It's under the main menu, and then do the tutorial again. But let's hope that first roll you do get 1 or 2 really strong 5-star characters. How do you know how strong they are? I have been going through some of the tier lists, and I found 2 more recent ones, and I'm going to give you that information here. So at the top of the tier, guys, and remember, I'm kind of mashing a couple tiers together here. There is Clarice. Clarice is going to be at the top of the tier. Fire unit, debuff, and buff. Okay, that is going to be the unit you guys should be looking for, as well as Veron. Veron is dark unit, DPS, self buffer. Okay, those are the 2 names. Watch out for. I've got the images on screen for you here. Some mentions or honorable mentions in that tier would be Silty. Silty is a unit that has recently dropped tiers. Now, is that because they are only a buffer and they're wind? I don't know, because if you look, we've got Clarice and Baron who are also buffers, right? There's also Lazelt. Lazelt is a light support unit. So Lazelt was listed early on as a top tier unit, is pretty much dropped right off. Again, is that because it's support? I don't know. Moving on, we have Shasusu, who is a unit it was very hard to find information on, but they were early listed on as a very good unit to have. Now is completely gone off the map. Who knows? Is that because nobody has information on them? Are they niche? I don't know. They look niche. They look like an attacker though, so I'm curious. I think this is a unit I'm gonna go for. Okay, leave me a comment. Who have you already planned out to get? Or at the end of the video, let me know. We're gonna go down a tier now. So this would be units that, like, I mean, if you get 2 of these units, that's great. But you would want to try and get those earlier mentioned units, okay? So we have Cagliostro. Cagliostro is a thunder unit healer. There's another healer as well, Fira, who's a wind unit, but they're pure support, it was noted. And then there's Marina. Marina is a fire self-buff attacker. Now, she is listed on the earlier tiers, pretty good, and then drops off. I don't know what happened. I want to kind of keep her around because she was the only one that I saw here listed as like a self-buff attacker, which I love. I love self-sustaining. And then in this same tier, we have Neftium, who's a light unit. Keep an eye out for things like combos and things like that, and Fever is one of those things, sort of like a rage. And then Belcidia, who's a dark unit, and DPS. Okay, so if you have been keeping up with me here, we're not dealing with straight up attackers. There's just the DPS so far and support, right? Like I'm saying. So I'm wondering what the meta is right now that people are getting these examples for tiers. I always like to say tiers are subjective. Going into the game, guys, maybe just pick off a couple of these names that are listed on both or a few tiers for yourself. Like I said, Clarice has got to be one, and Veron. And then after that, get some fills. Fill it with the balls that you like. Let's go down one more tier now. So these would be the units you would want to prioritize more for sub balls. But if you're like me, you might like a diamond in the rough. We've got Sonya, who's water and a buffer. I like Sonya's look. Then there's Inaho, who's thunder and a debuffer. Okay, healing and support is important. Just like in any RPG and strategy gacha, I'm going into this with that mindset that support is going to be needed. And then there's Eclair, the light unit DPS. Now, I want to quickly mention, this tier could also, because of the meta, be based off of the counters and how we are using their classes, their fire, their elementals against the opponents and for benefits for ourselves. So make a note of that you don't want to always be just going after just fire units or just the dark units and things like that. Have a nice synergy between your team. There's always more information on the socials and on the discords. Now would be the time, guys. Now would be the time to join the Discord, because we have sort of an idea how to reroll. We sort of have an idea who we're looking for, and there's a couple days now that we can kind of relax and just get to know our friends and family on the socials. So whether it's Discord or Facebook or Twitter or whatever you would like to meet your fellow pinball players, I encourage you to do that. I encourage you to find out more information for yourself if you're still curious, and definitely double check that you are pre-ordered, whether it is on iOS or Android. Make sure you're getting in that game. And that's it, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment. Don't forget to like and of course subscribe so you don't miss the next video that I bring to you. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I will see you in the game. Bye-bye.